What up, y'all? Welcome to Here's the Thing. I'm Kev on stage.
And I'm that chick Angel.
And this is another podcast video. Smash that like button. Subscribe. You already subscribed because you're on Patreon. Bangers, all 2020. Somebody said, I love this podcast, but they're throwing up devil horns. And I was like, girl.
This is I love you.
Yeah,
in sign language.
That's what I thought.
It is.
I love you, Jesus.
I love you.
It is
I was just doing
Lord.
that because the guy did that when he was doing bangers. He was doing that.
Banger.
So, we must speak about Angel. Angel's wearing this because did you watch? Now, let me ask you, as a Beehive elite member,
Yes.
but also mother of four.
Yes.
Did you?
I'm listening, Kev. Come on.
Did you stay up late and watch Black is King, or did you go ahead and get on in that bed?
Do you know the answer already,
and wake
Kev?
up this? I assume you woke up this morning.
Oh, you assume wrong. You don't know me?
You did not.
I was
She
like
got
this.
So many kids, bro.
Did you
know
really
she
stay up till midnight?
I was
to
like,
watch Black is
Beyonce, when is it coming? Soon as Disney Plus turned from watch the trailer to play.
Were you really?
Yeah.
You killed a bug to turn it off?
Broke that whole Apple remote TV remote. Oh, it was so yes.
Listen, Angel is not a man. That's as close to an erection as you can have.
Listen, that's what it is. It was so good. It was so good. I know people are like, oh my God, Angel's obsession with Beyonce is so irritating. It's truly actually a healthy obsession. And let me tell you why. It's because this is not just so like follow the Beehive. I have such an appreciation for what this woman creates.
Art.
Yeah, like it's on a...
I can say, so I've been reading this book called The Big Leap. We'll talk about it more later after I finish it. But what the guy talks about, there's your zone of competence, which means you can do something, but other people can do it as well. And then there's your zone of genius, which is where you are excelling and other people can't do that as well. I feel like Beyonce in her last two albums specifically has reached zone of genius where like, if you watch her as an artist, as a creative person, she is on another level right now.
It's almost frustrating.
She's looking a doggone filmmaker, Joshua.
Looking at that content, I'm just like, I'm done with this. I'm gonna go back to PacSun next week because it's too much. It's overwhelmingly good.
Right? Here's the good thing about Zone of Genius, and this is what you got to understand. And this is what I want for everybody. What you can do with a camera, Beyonce cannot do. Right. You got to know your genius. LeBron James is the greatest basketball player ever, right? To me. Okay? Or Michael Jordan, whoever. That's not my point. They don't want to see me on that stage. As good as he is at basketball, he can't do what I can do.
Can't sling them jokes.
On a stage. Same thing for Angel. Like, what I can do, she can do differently, right? There was people in the comments saying Angel funnier than Kevin. I was like, I don't disagree. I'd be cracking up. So as an artist watching Beyonce operate now, it's just like, you are
a monster.
She inspires me. She actually does not make me want to go into my shell. She makes me want to figure it out. That's what, like, when I see, like you saying, her being in her zone of genius, I want to make sure before I leave this world that I create something that fully expresses the purpose that God has put in me. Like,
absolutely.
That's what I feel like when I see her stuff. It just makes me go, Angel, find it, birth it. Oh, and that's what she did. We saw the birth, the crowning of this thing. We saw the placenta. We saw all of it.
The placenta.
Yeah, that's what we saw.
Let me tell you what. They say in a movie, like, you can tell how much budget you have by how often the cuts are. Like, the longer the takes usually means they had less budget. Not only were Beyonce's cuts every 3 to 5 seconds, her aspect ratio changed a million times.
Yeah.
And her doggone wardrobe, hair, clothing. I was like, girl, what was the budget? $1 gazillion?
Yes. And it was worth it. The outfits alone, I'm telling you, Kev, I thought I wasn't going to have any braids today because I felt like she was snatching them out one by one with every outfit change. Mood Forever, The one where Jay-Z shows up with the hair.
I'm getting that
he
unit,
got.
by the way.
Of course you are. Of course.
On the way.
And I want you to do something Beyonce-esque. That's what you're missing, okay? You get these units and you play around, you fiddle-faddle. But you need to go all the way. Beyonce didn't just put on units and stand there. She put on units and she made a white man brush her grill.
That was the flexiest flex. First of all, that grill was all diamonds.
All diamonds. Ting, ting.
And the white man was the whitest man. And the grill was so grilly. I was like, I feel poor.
Oh,
The baby had the grill too.
That baby gonna get to keep that grill. Can't nobody else's baby fit that grill but that baby.
That baby gonna fit that grill when the teeth fall out. But for now, that baby got a grill.
Listen, he turned into a necklace later. She had all them black people dressed in tangerine. How you find that many tangerine suits? Beyonce?
Josh, have you seen it, Josh?
Not the whole
You're
thing.
I'm
telling you, I almost don't like watching things like that, man.
Joshua, be inspired.
First of all,
the shot of her in the ocean. From like the drone shot of her in the ocean that slowly zooms in, I was like, y'all really out here making. I'm gonna say one thing. After a while, it was like imagery overload, though.
Oh, I needed it.
I was just like,
it was like we were
color
snorting along of just imagery. They shot this whole thing on. I'm sure, camera wise, it was the eye of God. Like they took that was the lens, that was the Canon eye of God, because everything was so beautiful, like every single thing. And then she just represented, like showed Africa in a way that most of us will never get to see.
I was almost sad about that. I was watching it like, I don't know my history. I'm just from El Paso. I don't know what tribe. I don't know what part of the Africas. I want to know, Mama, where we from?
Where we from?
She was like, I'm from Columbus. I was like, before that, my grandma from Columbus. I was like, in Africa. She's like, man, I don't know.
I don't
all
know.
these doggone colors and stuff. And I was like, man, I didn't know. I won't go. Am I Nigerian? Maybe.
Did you try to get one of them
I'm
tests?
not giving them my DNA so they can store it in a cold bank and then convict me of a crime later.
No. Okay.
23andMe, you ain't selling my chromosomes to the FBI.
Well, look at you. They gonna just tell you all from all of Africa.
I actually don't want to get it because I want to be Nigerian, and if I'm not, I'm gonna be sad. I'm gonna lie.
You probably got a little itty bitty bit.
Enough.
I would do it, but like I know 2 generations ago, there ain't no documentation on that side of the family. It's just people.
Just we folk over here. We just the folk. I'm telling you, the hair was ridiculous. Beyonce, we talk about 22 inches. She had 22 feet of hair standing on a ladder, hair down to the ground.
I'm not even understanding how it was. You saw the one where it was like braids, and it ended in a circle.
Absolutely.
How do you do that?
It's called black girl magic, Kev, and that is what you have yet to respect with these units. You think that you're able to plop them on, and then magically you're going to have all the things that we've put in all the years of high school, wearing freeze waves and things, and creating whole like sceneries on our head with just Eco Styler. Okay.
I have not respected the work you put in.
We are fully aware. We watch you, and like black women, we support you in your fumbling around. We're just like, okay, Kev, all right, yeah. But at the end of the day, it's just. But there were so many things about that. About that whole piece of work. It made me feel like a little girl. It was like kind of Alice in Wonderland-esque meets like she had like pieces of The Wiz, it felt like. She had pieces obviously of The Lion King. She had a little bit of Coming to America. She just had all these things that made me like reminiscent of the things that I thought were like so fantasy filled when I was younger. But then at the same time, there was such a grown woman element to it. Like when she put that baby in the basket to send him down the river to try to hopefully save his life because she knew they were going to die. I don't cry, but I almost got choked up right there. I was just like,
up at 1 o'clock in the morning.
That's Moses.
Yeah, I was just like, oh, she put the baby in the basket. Oh, she said, I'll see you on the other side. Other side is not the other side of the street. She mean, after they died, she gonna see the baby after she died, and then the man went up into the sky and saw his daddy who got killed because he was out here in these streets. And I was definitely a bit emotional about it.
Prince of Egypt.
Yeah. Yeah, you saw it. You got it. All the correlations. Prince of Egypt, Moses. It was so much. And I just don't understand how people be putting her name with other folk. Like when you say, let's do Beyonce and Rihanna. Listen, Kev, I ain't got nothing against Rihanna. She's good for what she's for. She's good for work, symbiotic work. Give me that, whatever she's saying.
Symbiotic work.
There you go. There we go. Because it don't even matter what she's saying. We just going to be like, yeah, twerk it. But like what Beyonce has to offer is just, this is why I consider her the GOAT. Not for my generation. I mean, of all time. And I don't care if anybody doesn't agree.
Your whole argument on her being better than Michael is that Michael wasn't a woman.
That's a huge part of it. Intersectionality. You learned about it, did you not?
Now you want to call it intersectionality?
Intersectionality.
Call it intersectionality.
I definitely will call it out. It's just to be able to do the things that she has done as a woman. Just it's okay. Both of them are like trying to do a sprint up a mountain, but just imagine he's got like a 35-pound weight vest and she's got an 80-pound weight vest. And I'm sorry, the fact that she's still running, you can't tell me. There's a difference.
I'm not going to argue with you about Beyonce.
There's no point.
I value my health and my safety. I've learned long ago, do not argue with Beehive about Beyonce.
It is truly pointless because I know that it is pointless. There's not like you're going to be able to convince me anything else wise.
There's nothing. Let me ask you a question.
Please.
Could Beyonce actually do a piece of art that you don't like?
Absolutely.
Really?
Absolutely. I don't know if she ever will, though.
You could honestly be like, didn't really do it for me. From Beyonce.
Yes, and I want to give her the freedom as an artist to be able to do that. To
Really?
be able to let me down.
Okay, so what's your, rank for me your Beyonce projects? I'm curious to know what, because obviously she means so much.
She does mean a lot. I would say her first solo album still holds a lot of weight for me.
Really?
Yeah, it does, because it was just like, I don't know. She became the soundtrack for my life at that time. Like, it was just like, you could feel the independence in it, but her still trying to figure out her grounding. And I think that's where I was at too in my life. And just like relationships, kind of being excited about it, but also not knowing where the heck they're going to go. Like, that was a part of it, definitely for me. This now probably sits at number 2.
Really?
Yeah, that's how much, like, I'll probably watch it again and actually weep, because I will possibly just sit there and cry. I don't know, because I consider myself for real an entertainer, and there is something beautiful about being able to do things to change a person's mood. Somebody could be super duper sad, and I can entertain them and change that. I feel like that's a gift, truly a gift from God.
I agree.
Right?
That is sometimes people, the most important, or not most important, but the compliment that gets to me the most is I lost a loved one. I was battling something, and your videos got me through.
Right.
Like, that is like, especially because we make people laugh. You know, it's like, man.
Yeah.
Because you forget about, like Tony Baker said one time, the thing he loves most about stand-up comedy, and I agree. He's like, when you're in there laughing, you can't think about anything else. Your bills are still due. Your kids are still bad. Your belly still hangs over. Your butt's still out. Yeah. But at that moment when a comedian has you rocking, you can't think about that. You can barely catch your breath.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, I, as an artist, I'm like, man, there's a lot of collaboration that goes into making something like that. And there's just, listen, Rihanna, I feel like Rihanna's been like, I'm going to make $1 billion in the beauty industry now. Yeah. Thank you, music.
Yeah,
but I'm
absolutely.
no longer interested in that. Beyonce has been like, I no longer care about Billboard, numbers, radio play. I'm going to illuminate Africa and the Black experience. This one was more of the African American experience. Yeah. Like Lemonade was the Black, with connections to our roots in Africa. The Blackest King is like, let's see Africa. You know what I'm saying? It was more Africa than Black, if that makes sense. And I just feel like most artists, not most, but a lot of artists, they don't have probably the security financially or as a person to be like, I'm not doing that. But also, part of it is Beyonce's been in the game a long time. She's been famous since I was in like middle school.
Yeah, she's been out here.
She's done pop, Destiny's Child. She did all that. She just said my name. She won all the Grammys. She did all the tours. Now she's like, okay, now I'm going to make the exact art I want to make.
Yeah.
And I was actually thinking, watching it today, I was like, man, white people, how are you watching this? Because this ain't got nothing to do. The only thing y'all saw in y'allself is brushing a grill.
They should be watching it just enamored. The same way some black people watch Friends, the same way some black people watched Seinfeld, the crustiest white show ever. These white people, I hope, watch this and were just enamored the way I was. There was a quote inside there. It was a dude talking. It was like a voiceover. He was like, if I don't ever see myself, you'll convince me I don't exist. I was like, come on with the word. See, I just feel like she's so walking, like using her gift towards her purpose right now. Yeah. And she makes people feel, you know what I'm saying? I'm saying, don't get me started, because I will sit here and cry over this video. It was so, it was so black.
So I want y'all to know, right? I knew we were going to talk about Beyonce today, but I didn't put it in the docket that was shared. It was almost a foregone conclusion that we're because remember, I was asking you, does it come out Thursday night or Friday morning? You were like, Thursday night, kid. Me like, what you talking?
Yeah.
And so early this morning, Angel texts in our group chat and she was like, is there a particular reason why Black is King is not in the docket?
Come on. Because listen, I was like, I know Kev out here doing these walks. He better be watching some Beyonce. I know you got the show tonight. I know you got a lot of things on your plate and in your psyche. And I just didn't want you to think that we were going to be pushing Beyonce to Tuesday, to Wednesday's podcast. I didn't want.
No, there was no way you would have exploded.
I would have. My head would have fallen out off of my head.
Hold on,
Erica, next topic, please. This is one of my angel wings. Erica, you about to get fired. We will talk about Beyonce for a whole nother 20 minutes. A whole nother. Beyonce Giselle knows Carter.
Listen, y'all, I'm going to tell y'all about the next topic thing.
Okay, what?
No.
That's not what we do.
I want y'all to know, with all the love in my heart, we decide when it's the next topic.
When is the next topic?
It may be a whole hour on Black is King. There's a part of my life, I'm
go,
back to Beyonce.
Come on, man, let them know.
Guys, let me just you can say next topic. You can tap it all caps, Erica. We love you.
I love you, Erica. That's my book.
But until I'm done talking, until Angel done talking, there's not much you can do.
I know, right? Especially when you're watching it live, you can't even fast forward.
I'm telling y'all, guys, and that's just a thing that I'm like, when you watch it live, you just gonna deal with it. And that's part of my life that I'm owning now. I become my full self.
Lean into
y'all asked me to go to therapy. Now here's what's happening in therapy. It ain't all Kevin's dad. Well, you made your real dad. I thought therapy was all my real dad.
Oh,
ooh, Angel.
Really?
This therapist, I thank God for her.
Well, praise God.
She
That's
is
good.
She works with a lot of entertainers, some more famous than me. So she has almost a specialty for entertainers. And she was low-key like, Kev, you're low-key holding yourself back.
I'm glad she said that.
Worried so much about the opinions. But now she does it in a therapy way of like getting you to answer it and stuff. But I know what she's doing.
Yeah.
And I was like, me? Holding myself back? Girl, what you talking? I don't know who I'm big Kev.
Yeah.
I'm big Kev.
Right.
But I was little Kevin there. Oh, baby. I was like, I'm afraid what will the people think of me? They think I'm the Christian boy. They think I'm the right boy. And then she was like, bro, she basically like, let them think what they think. You know who you are.
Yeah.
And I was like, do I? And it's okay to do what I want to do, even if the people say disagree on me. She was like, bro, this is your life.
It is.
This is your life to lead. Only you know your path. You and God understand your path. It's okay if people don't agree with that. And I said, I always think I need the people liking me. What if they don't? She was like,
oh well.
What if they don't? I was like, what do you mean? He was like, what do you mean? What if they don't? Are you gonna stop doing what you do? I was like, I do it still. And I was like, dang. Letting go of like trying to appease everyone and realizing it. I'm like, hold on, wait. When Beyonce came out, No Name was like, capitalism.
Shut up.
Diaspora. Black liberation.
Diaspora. Diaspora.
I never know how you pronounce it. Is it diaspora?
Yeah, I've never heard it pronounced. I could be wrong.
Diaspora.
I've never heard.
You think about Sephora the store.
I've never heard diaspora.
Diaspora.
Yeah.
And where everyone I know the right, I go the other way.
Neosporin. Neosporin.
Neosporin.
Yeah.
So there's when Beyonce releases, right? I'm gonna give you 3 things that always happen.
Please.
She's overrated. Illuminati. Capitalism. No matter what Beyonce does, she gives away $100 million. I seen a goat head of Baphomet
every time.
Illuminati. Jay-Z cheated.
Illuminati.
That's my boy Loom. And you know what? It's never stopped her from doing what she does. No matter what you do, people will not like it. Do you stop? No. People have been saying Beyonce's Illuminati. She didn't carry her own kids for at least the last 10 years. Early in her career, there was hardly any rumors like that. Right? I feel like with the introduction of Jay-Z and their relationship, here came the rumors, right? And she's not for everybody. That's fine too.
That's fine.
That's another thing that I have to realize.
That you ain't for everybody.
I'm not for everybody either. Nah. And I might be for you today, and you find out I can't rock with Kev no more. That's okay too.
Kev, didn't everybody want Jesus? So you know ain't everybody gonna want you.
They doggone killed the Lord.
They killed him.
Live stream just went off.
That says it's good.
It just might be frozen. Yeah, it says offline. Live stream offline.
It says quality good on Sling.
I got 2 more things, and then I'll be off of Beyonce. I got 2 more good things, though. Okay, I think we're coming back. We're back.
That's that Illuminati.
That's that Illuminati.
That's what
That's that Illuminati. They can't come the street.
That lume.
So these last couple months have been this slow realization of this. And me letting that go is like watching Beyonce be herself. Yeah. Knowing that people are going to say what they say and she can't stop that. And my fans, I love them, right? Yeah. But I cannot allow the stage crew to decide my path.
Right.
Because this is what I want to do. What I feel like God has for me. It might not be what they think I should do.
Absolutely.
And with my platform, that's kind of what happened with the LGBT, and they got pissed off at me. I realized that part of my like shrink back was like, am I doing the right thing with my platform? Even No Name is funny. She was tweeting like, even she can't get it right.
Right.
She tweeted the other day like, what was it? She basically was like, I know I'd be saying anti-capitalism, but I wanted to buy something and people said I was misusing my platform, so I deleted it. But I don't know how to be a revolutionary and do everything and make people happy. This is the thing. And also, and this is my last thing because I know you got Beyonce stuff to say.
No, I'm enjoying this. Please.
Twitter, where I spend most of my time to gather this information, is the most toxic of all.
Well, I'm glad I'm not
Angel, just let me. You don't need to go over
It is what crowdfunding is for thoughts.
It is
like everybody's
cesspool.
opinion is just equal. It's equal playing field for everybody's opinion on there.
It's cesspool of cynicism. No, and now I'm starting to see it for what it is because it usually was never directed at me.
Yeah.
And now it's sometimes directed at me or whatever. And the realization, the freedom.
I can't
Beyonce song.
You know I know it. Freedom.
The freedom.
That's Kendrick's song, right?
Of watching it happen to literally everyone.
Yeah.
And even not big celebrities. Like back in your hometown. There's people still on social media. You see he got married. He took that job. Like it doesn't matter. It's just the bigger you are, the more arrows you attract. And I'm going to be bigger. And some people, you're just going to get mad. And and I ain't even been flexing like I could. This doggone book was like, hey, Kev. I was like,
You got to start flexing, Kev. I'm here for the flex. I will throw glitter at the flex.
I saw you slowly lean in on it when you flexed on your high school people from a distance.
Ooh, what
Y'all don't want me coming. Somebody I said, "Are you going to your 10-year reunion?" I was like, "I flex remotely on them. They see it. 20 years?
They see.
Come on, Playboy. I gotta show that day." But anyway, and I just want Patreons especially to know I love you. I do
love you.
But as an artist, I've got to create what I want. Right? You may not agree, so I'll always tell you what it is and what it ain't, and you'll choose to accept or reject. But I was living the first part of this year in the eats. I don't want to. I can't. But what if? And now I'm like, hold on, Josh. We're not gonna have no live stream. I'm sorry, Angel.
See, and he tried to blame it on me at the beginning. I was gonna crop that whole part out.
I am a hypocrite.
Yeah, of course you are.
Okay, what are you gonna do about it? You ain't gonna whoop me. This was also live in Africa.
No boundaries.
Yabosha. Come on, Israel.
All around me.
Sing. This is an amazing album, by the way.
I've heard it. No
Have you?
boundaries.
Are you saved? Stretch forth.
Stretch forth.
Break forward. Release me. Come on and worship, Angel. Enlarge my territory.
You rushed it a little bit.
I did. I hadn't heard it in a while.
Hey!
Yeah, boy! That's an 8-minute song, but you get it. Okay,
You know
Angel, back to Black is King.
Okay. First things first. What would be your Blackest King? For you, what would that project be for you? If it was a culmination.
That's a great question.
I know, right? I was waiting on it. I was gonna let you get all the stuff out.
That is a good question.
I wasn't just gonna sit here and talk about Beyonce. I love Beyonce, but I also feel like she encourages just thoughts and for you to take an inward look at yourself. That's why I want you to watch it, Josh. Because Josh has so much talent. Did y'all know?
Brown is king.
Don't do this. Don't.
He's so talented.
Oh,
y'all.
I'm sick of him.
Oh, he's so talented.
Sick of him.
He's sexy and he's talented. What you gonna do with all that, Josh?
Yeah, now do
Zaddy.
Let it go. Let it go.
All right, Kev, what is your Blackest King?
Yes.
Okay, so
What is
here's
it?
my thing, and this is why the comedy show makes so much sense for me.
Please.
I realized the thing I liked about All Deaf the most
Mm-hmm.
wasn't me being in front of the camera. It was me helping other people be their true selves.
Ooh.
So the comedy show for me, the reason I like hosting, because I want all these comedians to have, I want when you see Angel or Keon coming to your city, be like, oh man, I seen them on Kev had hosted a show and they had a great set. Now they've got a movie or a show and now I've heard of them, right? What Comic View did for comedians, like there's so many comedians I know of from Comic View.
Uh-huh.
I want to do that, and then I want to do that for film. So actually, my Blackest King is me in my full form, right? It's probably producing a movie from a writer no one's ever heard of that becomes big. Tyler Perry making Precious from Push, a novel by Sapphire, was like, Tyler. Now, Tyler said, forget that. I'm going right back to what I want to do. I respect it.
Yeah.
But I think when I reach my full form of success, it won't be about me being in front of the camera. It'll be about me producing. Like my son, Zay. This kid literally sits at home all day animating on the iPad. All day. I mean, he's going to have 10,000 hours before he graduates high school.
Wow.
He knows what he wants to do. He sees it operated. Entrepreneurship-wise, creatively. When we work on movies, we keep him on the chains. He watches movie stuff like he's literally doing it all the time, right? Joe's literally doing material all the time, watching comedy. He's developing this dry, sarcastic humor.
Joe is funny.
That is perfect. Like I let him get away with watching YouTube videos he should not be watching because I need him to be funny. And I think there's a part of your life as a child, I had to watch Friday when I was 12. I wasn't supposed to.
Right.
But it was so much fun because my mom, she did not know I was watching.
Right.
And it's funny when I see him watching, he's watching people I know. Like he was watching Trevor's video and I was just like, you know, so that's my Blackest King. I feel like if you really watch Beyonce's career, it's Destiny Child, You know, it's solo, Crazy in Love, pretty much pop anthem.
You see the chapters.
You see the chapters.
And you see the growth.
You
too.
didn't see.
Absolutely.
I didn't become a like. Oh, she's got it until self-titled, and then really self-titled the first time she
separated.
Even peeled the curtain back. Like because of Matthew Knowles, she was like a
machine. Yeah,
like that's how everybody was. A&R, carefully crafted image, blah blah blah. Self-titled, she was like, here's a little bit of my life. Lemonade, she was like, boom, cheat on me, I'll kill you.
Yeah,
she threw the ring. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's what I want to do for other people is create. That's why the comedy show is so important to me. It's not necessarily about money, but here's the thing: with the money, right?
Yeah,
it's ownership. Right. The next thing we're going to talk about is all these black shows coming back to Netflix.
Yeah.
And you know what I sat there and saw that, I said, man, them people created that show and them things have not been making no kind of real money in a long time. Like some of them had been airing on Bounce, but you know, Bounce is only a TV channel in like Atlanta, literally.
Right.
Which is crazy about Atlanta. It's big enough to be like, here's a TV show channel just
for you guys. Yeah.
Right. But because you own that, years after your show is gone, it can come right back, and that's why owning everything is so important to me. That's why people like my lawyer been working, and if you ain't talking about letting me own my stuff, then we ain't talking, Playboy. I'll do it by myself before I let you take a piece. You feel me?
That's beautiful. You've built a platform to where that works. I feel like
your Black is King.
My Black is King is, I feel like slowly cranking out. It's slowly being discovered. Like when I started doing Patreon, I didn't know what we were doing, but then something started to grow out of it. Like I've always been a part of my mission with what I do online has always been self-love, just loving yourself exactly where you are with imperfections. Obviously we're all here for growth, but loving yourself through the growth. And being able to interact with all these black women and seeing that transform, I'm realizing like, okay, I can still do all the entertaining thing and all that stuff, but I feel like it encompasses that. The thought of being able to change someone's perspective about their value.
Yeah.
That's my Black.
So is that more than, do you feel like, let me ask you this.
Come on.
Are you open to your path not going the way you thought?
It's already doing that. What do you? If you thought this is what I envisioned, I am so sorry to inform you, sir. It was not. My path is.
Wasn't your dream to do a podcast?
You know, I wrote it down when I was 12. I said, God, one day I want to just talk into a microphone and everyone listen. Yeah, I want what I create, anything that I create, to not just make someone laugh, but to truly make them better.
Yeah.
At the end of it. What that will completely manifest into, but I realize the community that is being built out of my Patreon, that's a part of it that I did not know was going to exist. And as it's happening, I'm like, okay. So now I feel a huge responsibility that I was not expecting to feel. But I'm realizing it's a part of where God is pushing me. But what I was going to bring up, somebody reminded me. So yesterday I told you I interviewed Kelly Rowland for my other podcast, right? She was just dropping all type of gems. But she's coming to the comedy show tonight.
Miss Rowland?
She's coming?
Yes. She's coming and gonna pay full price. I said, I'll give you the discount code.
Kelly Rowland is coming to the show.
Kelly Rowland is coming to the show.
You're lying, Angel. Looking more actress.
Ask your wife. She was there. Your wife was like, come through, Kelly. Yes, Kelly Rowland.
Listen, put it in the group chat.
She did it.
Yeah. And I didn't send her just to kevonstage.com. I went all the way through to the Eventbrite link. Okay.
So she had no navigation.
Yeah. All you got to do is click.
Tony performed with Jay-Z and Beyonce in the audience at
Laugh Factory.
The Laugh Factory.
Oh,
or was it or a comedy store?
I would have threw up.
Laugh Factory. Laugh Factory.
Chocolate Sundays.
Laugh Factory.
Yeah, Laugh Factory. You would have threw up?
I would have threw up. I would have still been slinging jokes, but I would have. And so then, don't worry about that coleslaw. But yeah, Kelly's coming. She's excited.
Well.
See, I be talking about you at my other job functions too.
I'm
So you
telling you,
better
man,
flex.
the Patreon, the stage crew is the best part of this.
Mm-hmm.
It was not expected. I was like, no, man, no, you cannot support me, no. And it was like, nah, but we want to. And I was like,
Yeah, and they're willing to, and that is beautiful. It's no, you put it, you did too. You didn't know it was going to manifest like it. You remember that thing that you you put it up on Instagram, like the plan. You said cult like following. Didn't that what you put?
I did.
That's what this is. That's exactly. This is the blueprint that you set out. You didn't realize that you manifested.
The Bible says,
Come on, Kev.
write the vision,
Come on,
make it.
Habakkuk 2:2.
Yeah, boss.
We're definitely getting flagged. 100% getting flagged.
They can get
All
flagged.
around me,
Jesus got flagged.
stretch forth.
But you can't copyright
They
my
told
Savior.
Jesus next topic at the synagogue.
They told Jesus next topic at the Sea of Galilee.
On the mount.
No limits.
If you listen to this album, you will cry for real.
No
I'd be like,
boundaries. I see it. You know, actually, slow gospel songs don't make me cry. Stretch forth, break forth.
woo, yeah, baby.
Not my territory. No limits. Oh, I lost my. No bounds. I see increase
Woo,
all around me. Stretch forth,
break forth.
break
Hush, Israel, hush.
forth. See, enlarge my territory. See, no,
Still
my,
6 minutes left for that song.
my song would be.
That song,
It's still building?
Song is sick.
Oh,
You
yeah.
haven't even fully
What's
cried
your-
then
what's
2
your
minutes
No Limit,
in.
Angel?
My song, this slow gospel songs don't make me cry. The type of gospel songs that have me in my car crying is Mary, Mary, it's the God in me. I'm like, it's the God in me. They go so red. They go so clean. They go so clean. What is it you think? Yeah, love it. Because it's a flex song. It's a flex song. I just